Now that we have 4 minutes and 30 seconds of recorded audio about serial killers, should we start talking about JEM and the Holograms?
Probably.
Hey there, Internet. I'm Annie.
I'm Kit.
And I'm Mac.
And this is the JEM Jam, where we do an episode-by-episode recap of the 1980s cartoon JEM and the Holograms, because both it and the comic are truly outrageous. And this week, we are truly finishing up with the Stingers.
My babies.
They've entered the room. It took them a while. They got through the door.
They got through the door, and they were gorgeous, and Riot is amazing.
And now we're done.
Our cover is a little bit different, because we still got Rhea there, so one of the stingers, but notably, she doesn't have any of the actual stinging animals on it. She's got JEM and the hologram stars.
Yeah, I really love that. Like, everybody else has had, like, insect and stinging, like, arachnid motifs, and now we have stars. Aw, Rhea. Yeah, this is Enter the Stingers, Part 5, Issue 23. This is wrapping up the Enter the Stingers arc. As far as I know, this is also actually our last issue with Meriden McLaren doing the main art.
Yeah.
I'm really sad to see her go.
Do we know who's doing the next arc?
Yeah, the last arc of what is currently the JEM comic book is going to be done with the main art by Giselle Lagasse. She's not new to the comic. She's done some covers. She also has a story in the annual that we'll be covering soon. I've also actually followed her art for a long time, so I'm really excited about it. And I'm also really sad because I have absolutely loved Meredith McLaren's art on these. It's been a departure in a really fun way.
Yeah, I really like her style.
So let's close out the Stingers arc, and as we've discussed before, let's see how we sort of wrap things up when obviously some gears changed earlier on, and let's see how this goes, because I think it actually ends up pretty well. So, what has gotten us to this point?
Well, Shayna went off to be a fashion intern, and the first panel of our previously page is the fashion lady she works for saying, "You are good at the fashion."
Yeah, she and Regine held a secret pop-up fashion show without her employer's knowledge or consent.
And her employer is impressed by this.
And did not realize that she was her intern.
And we've got Aja being like, sorry, Rio, Jerica's not going. She is super sick, and no, you don't want to see her because she is super sick.
Rio's offering to like, oh, I'll just take care of her while you guys are gone. Oh, honey, no.
Stop giving us Rio feelings. And then we have the show at the 5x5 Masquerade Ball. The holograms are about to go on stage, and Fox is like, nope.
Goodbye.
Try performing a show without a drummer, you idiots.
If only she had played bass. I'm sorry, bass players. You actually are an integral part of a song. I'm sorry. And then we also have the Misfits, who are in their extremely conspicuous waitress costumes. And they're not really sure what the plan is, but the plan's about to go off, I guess, so here we are. I just noticed something looking at this first page. JEM and Riot are wearing matching tiaras.
Oh, God.
Oh, my babies.
So, they have no drummer, they're backstage, and they're on in like 30 seconds.
So they're all panicking.
I like that Aja's panicking is, I'm going to kill people, I can't believe I didn't notice this, I'm going to start a murder spree.
She's a liar, she's a spy, and they're like, what are we gonna do? And that's when a voice goes, can I help?
Rhea?
Rhea.
Oh, she's so cute!
With her little cape.
Oh!
That would be amazing, but do you know our song? She goes, yes, I love them. I know them by heart.
Oh, Rhea!
She's probably sat at home and just kind of played along with them.
Oh, she definitely did that. Oh, I'm happy to do it. I can't believe she'd just walk out on you. It says, you're saving us, you're the best, and yes, she is. And then they come out on stage. Rhea, her drum kit is still up there. She's playing with them, their song is going, and nobody has any idea what is happening.
Oh, God, I just gotta look at Riot's tiara. And yeah, they're wearing literally the same tiara in different colors.
God.
Fox especially is just flabbergasted that they've managed to, like, find a new drummer in the 30 seconds since she dipped out backstage.
I love that she's got just that pose where she's completely slumped forward, like, huh?
And Roxy screams, why does everything always work out for them? 'Cause they're the protagonists of the comic.
Also, it's JEM and the Holograms. In episode 2, somebody gave them a mansion because they asked politely.
Because they had a bunch of orphans.
On his lawn!
And we go to a full splash page of JEM and the Holograms playing, and Rhea looks so happy.
She's so cute.
She's singing along. She's doing that thing where, like, the different bandmates make eye contact with each other and sing together. And she's just, it's gelling. It's gelling in a way that it never has before in all the time we've seen her in these last 5 issues. She's so cute. I can't deal with this.
And then meanwhile, back at Stately Benton Mansion, they have a pink llama?
I thought issue 3 was gonna be it. I thought that was gonna be a llama cameo, but no, they have a real live Rama llama, and it's hot pink.
What do you have to do to a llama to make it hot pink?
Feed it shrimp?
And what matters is Rio is saying, "Hey, Rama," to the llama.
He and the llama know each other.
He's got a connection with the llama. He and the llama have an understanding.
They have a whole stable for the llama. This is more esoteric than the candy-coated zips. This is the deepest freaking cut I think they have done in this comic book. We talked about this before, but there were plans for a llama toy for Jem because I guess horses aren't glam enough.
I still maintain that if they'd ever done horses for the Gem line, that doll line would not have failed.
God, I think you're right.
I think you're right, too.
You could just do a whole spin-off of glam horses.
Well, they did. It's called My Little Pony. Or Princess Guinevere and the Jewel Riders, depending on who you ask. By the way, for those of you who don't follow me on Instagram, I found a VHS of Princess Guinevere and the Jewel Riders.
And, like, you're in Canada. That came from, like, America, didn't it?
None of the box was in French. I can only assume it's an import from the US.
So, back to Rio and his llama friend.
Rio is apparently going into the house. Jerica, I know I just had to let you sleep, but I brought you some chicken soup.
Oh god, he's such a good boyfriend. He doesn't deserve this.
Look at him. He changed in the meantime. He went back, he put on casual outfit to, like, hang out with his girlfriend while she was sick.
And he goes in and her bed's made and no one's there.
I'm like chewing on my water bottle. This is so nerve-wracking.
Oh, Rio. I never thought I'd say, oh, Rio, and mean it.
He knows they're lying to him.
Yeah.
His girlfriend is lying to him, and he hates liars.
And deceivers.
I don't know what's going to happen.
But let's cut back to joyous celebration and performance with Rhea.
Everyone loved them, and Jem in particular says, we'd like to offer special thanks to our guest drummer, Rhea of the Stingers.
And she's blushing.
I really like that she does in fact say, like, this is not our drummer, that she is on loan from another band who you just saw, like, acknowledging that and saying that she is part of another band on her own. She's really great. Oh, it's attribution, and it's really nice.
Yeah, and she does it too without, like, publicly shaming Fox, which is pretty classy, honestly.
Meanwhile,
the Misfits aren't happy.
they're about to burn down the boat with their fury.
And also literally burn down the boat, but we'll get to that.
Oh, and meanwhile, Blaze is cowering behind her tray. Oh, Blaze, honey, you need Stormer here.
You need to run is what you need to do. And so finally they're like, okay, so let's do the real plan now. And oh god, there's a real plan.
We also do have a really, really great panel of Pizzazz, like, having a raptor shriek with this flaming skull floating above her.
And her eyes are yellow and reptilian.
And her teeth are in points.
We go to the holograms, all saying thank you and everything. And then we go to the standoff. Riot goes, ladies. But he goes, that was exceptional! And he just melts and holds out his hands toward Jim and starts shaking.
And meanwhile, Minx and Rapture are just like, ugh, this love-struck idiot that we're stuck with.
I did not know you knew the hologram songs, Rhea. Of course, I love all their songs.
Oh, poor Rhea. Getting the stink eye from both Minx and Rapture.
Riot's smile in the background.
He just escorts Jem away.
He's so love-struck and dopey. I love it.
And then Kimber gives Rhea, like, a huge hug.
Aw, and then basically there's a girl fight over Rhea.
It's like, no, she's with our band.
It's alright, I'm just thanking her. Give me a break.
She does not need your silly band that needs to be rescued like some kind of damsel thing. To which Kimber's like, we're not damsels!
You heard me, damsel! And then Asha's going to fight someone.
Of course.
Like, literally fight them. She is going to punch them in the face.
She wore pants today. She is ready.
Oh, she is.
Everybody else is in dresses.
Meanwhile, while they argue, Riot is so glad he finally has Jem to himself.
And then Jem was like, hey, remember how I started breaking up with you before the performance? About that.
And she's like, I can't see anymore. I should have not gone out with you in the first place. I'm seeing someone else and it was unfair to lead you on. He goes, don't apologize.
Just break up with this other person and only see me. It's simple. I know you care for me, Jem.
I do. I'm drawn to you. I can't deny it.
Why should you?
Because it's wrong. I'm in love with someone else.
How can you be in love with someone else if you have feelings for me?
Polyamory. Polyamory.
I don't know. It's very confusing, I admit, and that's all the more reason to end it now. I'm sorry.
Jem, this cannot be. No, I cannot believe this.
Oh god, he's such a drama queen.
I really, really hope, because this is also cut off by a literal explosion. We'll get there in a moment. But I really hope that maybe in the next final arc, maybe there's some kind of vague hope for polyamory.
As long as everybody's really open with everybody else and explains things.
And even if it doesn't happen, that's my headcanon for the next 3 issues.
It's 3 issues of a conversation talking about who we are and what's going on and about holograms. And they all agree that this is a thing they can do. And also it turns out that Riot is very attracted to Rio too.
That would be awesome.
That could work out.
And then they all date together and have a very mutual, open conversation and have a very successful relationship that they all work hard at.
I'm into this. And that's what I'm going to be thinking is happening in the next 3 issues, even if it doesn't.
In the meantime, let's have an exploding cake.
A gigantic exploding cake. You think someone would come out of the cake, but no, fireworks come out of the cake.
The best part of this is the bottom 2 panels, because they're the Misfits reaction panels. And in the first one, everyone is just shocked. And Fox has her phone up and takes a picture. And then in the next panel, everyone is still shocked, but Fox turns around and takes a selfie with the exploding cake.
As Pizzazz says, Roxy, I said a handful of fireworks.
You said 100 fireworks.
Oh my god. And throughout the rest of this scene, there's just fire alarms going like ee throughout the entire, every panel here. Evacuate the boat!
And Jem runs off to rescue the rest of the holograms.
She notably says to Riot, no, I can't go, not without my sisters, and runs off.
And Riot pauses and watches her, dotting. So maybe, that is a good sign. Maybe she will come clean about who she is, and then polyamory happens.
We can believe in this.
I believe in this. Fingers crossed. I'm believing it in my whole heart.
Meanwhile, Rhea is collecting herself, gets up, sees Jem rush over to Kimber and Aja. And as they're helping Kimber to her feet,
because she tripped on the stupid costume like she said she would.
Jem's hologram flickers because reasons, I guess. And we get that iconic line from the cartoon.
Jerrica Benton is Jem? She had to say the thing. And she said it. She said the thing. The Stingers have totally run off at this point.
And so Rhea goes with the holograms.
Because they're like, are you okay? Are you hurt? Do you need help?
And she goes with them, and we get... What is with these lifeboats with, an emoticon on the side?
Oh god, they are, aren't they?
They look like the cat face emoticon on the side.
Now I can't unsee it. How dare you? How dare you make me see this with my own eyes?
You can't unsee it.
I can't. I have so many swear words to say to you right now.
You can't say them to me. It's a PG podcast.
Though actually, weirdly, they do look like some modern lifeboats, because those are actually lines.
Oh, those are ropes.
Still looks like the cat face emoticon.
How dare you? So, back in Milan at the airport.
So I guess their internship's over. That was quick.
And Shayna's like, I'm going to go home. And Regine's like, are you sure? This is kind of like the dream of a lifetime.
And Regine is going, I guess. She is going to take up their boss on her offer. So it's not like a total loss here. And Shayna says, well, it's tempting, but I came here in part to figure out if I could do it, And I answer that for myself. Now I know I can do it again when I'm ready, but for now I have a whole other life to get back to. She misses Tony and her sisters and Tony.
She calls Tony. She's like, I'm at the airport, I'm about to board. It's a long flight, so I'll be wiped. But don't say anything, I want to surprise them, and I can't wait to see you.
Because she calls Tony.
Tony.
And she has a first class flight, which means that she definitely has one of those seats that has all that space around it on one of those huge planes. And it probably has that thing where you can lie down and make it a bed. I have yearned for those.
Do what my high school class did on our class trip in grade 12 and just lie down in the aisles.
I don't think they let you do that anymore.
Well, they let us do it in 2008, so...
Oh god, that was almost 9 years ago! I'm
just ruining your life today, aren't I?
You are! One page at a time, Kit! Meanwhile, 18 hours later, back at the Benton household, Ray is still a sweetie.
She's like, hi, Jerica, right? We've never actually met. I've just seen you around.
Jerica, it turns out, I think she's wearing that Coach dress from ModCloth, but in like special pink and blue colors.
It's really cute. So Rhea comes a-calling and says, can I join the holograms?
They're like, what about the stingers? She's like, I already left them.
There's this quick panel of, I bet that conversation went well. It's all three of them freaking out, screaming. It's all Grolixes, so it's all those symbols that indicate lots of bad swear words.
Rapture's ripping a pillow in half.
They're all such drama queens. I love them.
Oh, man.
I love them.
And just Rhea's expression of, like, weariness, world weariness, just, it wasn't the best.
I think my favorite thing is Riot's reaction. I think this is the first time that we've seen sheer panic and rage from him.
Also, just like a quick note here, the posing is really, really good. So that, along with the Grolixes, really gets across just this intense moment here.
It's beautiful.
Rhea tells them, like, they're a great band. She just never really felt like she fit with them, but she really clicked with them last night. And then also, they all almost died.
And also, they're down one drummer, so...
Kind of want to rearrange some priorities there. I like that Kimber's wearing a big t-shirt that just says, I'm fine on it.
I need that shirt.
And then Shayna shows up, and she looks kind of frazzled and really sleepy, because as you would be.
Yeah, she just got off the plane.
And she hears music coming from the pool house.
So she walks that way, and she walks in on Rhea there.
You can disappear, the line says. Doesn't matter. We'll still be here.
It's an expression of surprise on her face. Hopefully this doesn't mean betrayal, because, like, she knew they were getting a new drummer, right?
I guess when you sort of do that thing, you kind of hope that the place that you leave will still be exactly as it was. Also, as far as she can tell, no one has called her or returned her calls.
Oh god, that's gonna be a whole conversation.
So that will at least be a conversation of literally we have never gotten any.
Also, we had this evil drummer for a while. That might have something to do with it.
Oh, okay. An evil gotcha. One of those.
That happens.
You'll get that in Gem of the Holograms. I'm really excited to see where this goes in this next sort of 3-issue arc, because we're going to have to figure out how these characters gel, and I imagine there's going to be some lingering weird stuff between Shayna and Rhea. Because it's not like Shayna started out the arc saying, I miss playing my guitar that my doll had, but I've never touched in the cartoon.
And then we get the next month teaser, which, having seen the covers for the next arc and seeing this teaser now, I love that Rhea's designated color in the holograms is orange, as opposed to other pink.
Yeah, I really love that. Instead of just like a different pink, it's a really pale orange that works well with like the darker Mexican skin tone they're going with on there. She looks so good.
Aja's surfboard is one that I would own.
With wolves on it.
With wolves on it. Though mine would have a purple moon and also maybe an eagle crying.
I feel like Mackenzie's destiny is to one day own an airbrushed van.
I would love that.
You can carry around all your murder tools.
I could.
And the reason that there's a surfboard is that...
I'm going to Hawaii!
You blew out your levels again.
I did!
She exploded.
They're going to Hawaii, and Riot's gonna be there, and it's like combining my favorite things.
Riot's going to be there?
Yeah, it's because they rent the mansion next to Riot. Did you read the synopsis? It says, the Stingers not so coincidentally rent the beach house next door.
Oh god.
It's Hawaii plus Riot!
I can't even tell what you're saying anymore. Are the Misfits going to Hawaii? That's the big question.
Because if the Misfits go, then it would be the Misfits in Hawaii.
You know they're gonna be there! You know they're gonna be there! They have to cause some chaos! And it's gonna be Riot and the Misfits and the Holograms all in Hawaii! And they're gonna wear sarongs even though it looks so wrong!
I can't even be mad. You're just so happy.
Oh, it's so beautiful. I'm so happy.
Now that you completely destroyed your microphone, shall we wrap up?
I got tears in my eyes.
So do I from laughing.
Also, since this seems to be Meredith McLaren's last issue that we know of, at least on this run of Gem of the Holograms, we'll see what happens March-ish, we'll find out. If you want to see her when she's not working on Gem, and you totally should, because her art is great, you can find her at meredithmclaren.tumblr.com. Her blog is called Inquisitus Fish, and she also does a webcomic called Hinges, that is hingescomic.blogspot.com. And you should totally follow her, and I think she also has a Patreon that if you like this, you should definitely give her some dollars, because she's pretty cool.
Yeah, she's really, really good.
And in the meantime, we've got some other stuff coming up. We've got the Gem of the Holograms annual, which is the sci-fi space opera I always dreamed of.
It's canonically an AU fanfic. I love it.
And the Misfits mini is continuing with issue number 2 coming up, and I've already read that one, and I am very excited to talk about it and how much it breaks my heart.
But in a good way?
In fact, the annual hurts my heart too. I came out to have a good glam rocking time, and Miss Thompson, I am feeling so attacked right now.
But in a good way.
Oh, definitely in a good way.
I love you, Kelly.
All these babies. Oh, all these babies.
Thank you, Kelly, for the next arc before it happens.
You've made Mackenzie's year. The Gem Jam comes out every Sunday on iTunes, SoundCloud, Stitcher, and YouTube. You can find us on Twitter and Tumblr. We are at Gem Jam just about everywhere except on Twitter. We are at Gem Jam Cast. If you like what we do and you want to support us, a like, rating, review, subscribe, what have you, wherever you find our podcast is always super helpful, helps us get discovered, makes us feel nice, and makes Mackenzie scream, though not quite as loud as that. And if you have any money that you would like to send our way, we are always accepting that at our Patreon, which is patreon.com/thegemjam. I guess that wraps it up for us. We'll see you next time for the annual, which is so great. I'm so excited to talk about it. Until next time, dear listeners, I'm Annie.
I'm Kit.
And I'm Mac.
And this has been the Gem Jam, where we remind you, don't let the outrageousness out of the bag. Unless you're Mackenzie, in which case you just scream. You just keep screaming.